Good morning, friends. Welcome to this session. So, here I am today before you to present two things. We'll discuss today two things. Number one, how to assign homeworks in Google Classroom. This is our first topic. And the second topic will be how to evaluate those assignments. As you know that while transacting in a class, giving assignment and evaluating them is an important task. That has to be done on a daily basis. Google Classroom makes it easy for us to take assignments from students and evaluate it. So in this session, we are going to see how to assign tasks or homeworks to students and how to evaluate them and how to mark those evaluations. So let us begin. So today, after taking my class online using Google Meets, I am here to give some assignment to my students on that class, on that live class that I have taken right now. Before it, before this session, I have taken one class. I want to assign some task to students on that session which I have taken. Now, what is my assignment? The assignment is something like that. I want to assign this graph. I will show them this graph and I will ask them to write code, Python code, to produce such kind of graph. This is my small assignment to them today. So this is a picture. I have to upload this picture to them and I will give instruction in that picture that according to this picture they have to write code to obtain this particular type of graph, and they have to write code. That is their assignment. Now your assignment can be different from mine, right? You have to think about that assignment. Before giving assignment, one should be thinking about what are the rubrics on which the evaluation of that assignment will be done. Say for example, there can be 4 or 5 rubrics on which I will evaluate this assignment of mine. This assignment is about plotting a graph. So there can be many number of rubrics. We'll discuss about them, how to define rubrics in our assignment while giving them or assigning them in Google Classroom. So let us proceed to the Google Classroom and see how to assign this particular homework to my group of students, and later we will see that how to evaluate it based on the rubrics. So let us proceed. So let us proceed for giving assigning assignment to this class. So this is an IP class of class 12. I'm going to give some assignment to them. Now you can see this is very simple interface of Google Classroom. Sorry. And as you know that we are using this Google Classroom right beginning from the month of April, right? So let us work upon it more. There are 4 tabs as you can see over here: streams, classworks, people, marks. These are the 4 tabs. Very simple interface, right? So how to assign a classwork? Just go to the classwork tab and click on create. Click on create. Now as you can see that there are many types of assignment that you can assign to your students. I mainly use 2 types of assignment. The first 2 types, the assignment and the quiz assignment. If I'm going to take a test, then I will use quiz assignment. That we will talk later on in some other tutorial. Today we are going simply to assign them with assignment, a class assignment rather. So I will click on class assignment, and now I am going to title my assignment, give a ample title. So you have to think prior to this giving the assignment, you must have thought what should be the suitable name for your assignment. Okay, so just think a suitable name and paste it over here. So I'm going to just give this assignment as plotting line chart. This is the assignment I want to give. Students, I'm giving the instruction to my students. Here I am giving you a chart that I coded, chart pic, actually chart picture that I coded. You have to follow this pic and generate code for it in Python. So this has to be done. So they will see the picture and they will generate code for it. Now the picture is necessary here. So what we have to do, we have to add this pic. So just click on this button, add. The resources with the assignment can be added using this add button. So just click on add button, go to the file. Now as you can see that it is going to upload from your device. So select your device and upload the file which you want to give them, right? Now I had my device that chart that I show that I have shown you previously. So that chart I have to select. So just I'm going to the users and then that particular place where that chart is there. So that is there, right? In downloads that chart will be there. So yeah. So here it is. Pick. That picture should be there. Where it is? Maybe on desktop or documents, right? Documents, yeah, it is here in the documents. So as homework graph, this PNG file is there, so I will just submit it. With my homework I have attached this particular graph, right? Now it will be uploaded. So we will click on upload, and that is going to be uploaded. So here it is, a small instruction with an image file. Image file they will see and they will act accordingly to my text instruction. Now I have to give rubrics. Don't save it now. Just see on the right side, it is given to whom you want to assign this particular task. You can assign to whole of your students or you can individually assign students to a particular student. I will assign to whole of them, the whole bunch, right? So now this is the point that you want to attach with your assignment. So I am keeping it 100 as usual. Due date, I want to give them this assignment to be done by tomorrow because I have taken class today. One assignment is there. Tomorrow they should submit it. So 26th June I am giving. Time I am not giving. That is optional. So I am keeping it 26th June tomorrow. They should submit. And topic, I can just create topic or I'm just creating the topic as plotting line chart, right? This is the topic. Now the very important part is this one, rubric. This rubric decides on what parameter you want to evaluate this particular homework later on while you are evaluating. So I will just click on this plus rubric, create rubric, reuse rubric, import from sheets. So already if you have made rubric earlier in any of your assignment, you can use it. Otherwise you will create new rubric. I am going to create a new rubric for this homework. Your rubric will differ from homework to homework, right? For this homework, I have created a rubric on which I will evaluate this particular homework of each individual, right? So I am going to create that rubric. Click on the rubric. Now the rubric caption is asked. Remember that we have 100-point marks on this assignment. So according to that, we have to divide the marks as per the different rubrics. Now let me show you what I have done. This is a rubric that I have created earlier for this particular homework. So I will just copy and paste. So you will also design this rubric beforehand, right? So now let us come back. The first rubric is importing correct module names. For this homework, they should import correct module names. So that is the first parameter. And I want to give point as 10. This is having point 10. So I will write here 10 points, right? Now see here, there is one more plus button, add a criteria. That means add another rubric criteria. So click on add another criteria. The next criteria for this rubric is, for this homework particularly, is correct generation of X and Y axis. So I will just copy and paste that over there. So correct generation of X and Y axis. And it also covers what? How many points? It also takes 10 points. So I will write here 10. Again, the next rubric, like that I have to paste all the rubrics that I have decided. So I have decided these 6 rubrics on which I will evaluate. So I will just copy and paste it for this particular assignment. For this particular assignment I will paste. So according to your lesson, according to your subject, you will point out the assignment rubrics, right? So 40. Then again I am going to the next rubric, that is rubric parameter, and that is correct decoration of the chart artist. So correct decoration of the chart artist is the next one. Chart artist means the facts and figures in the graph, right? So that chart artist, again 10 marks I will allocate for that particular thing. If the student does this particular part of the question, then he will get 10 points, right? And then next is submission of code file, because they are doing Python program, they should write code. So again 10 points to it, this particular thing. And then next last one is correct expected output, because output should match with my output, right? So that correct output is having again 20 marks, so I will give a 20 marks for it. So here it is, my rubrics is being cleared. I have created a rubric for 100 points, right? For 100 points I have created a rubric, so I will save this rubric. Now after creating this rubric, what you will do, you will save it. Just see on the top most corner of the button, there is a button called save. Click on save button, right? Just click on save button and it will save your rubric. So for this assignment, this rubric is created. The assignment is created, additional resources are being attached with the assignment, and the rubric is created. In this way we will create one assignment, and this assignment will be forever there. If you want to reuse this assignment later on for any other classes, you can use it. Okay, now after creating assignment, one part is being missing, that we have not till yet assigned it. So don't forget to click this button, assign. Just click on this button, assign, and it will be assigning that task to everybody in your class. Okay, now this is assigned. Now you see plotting line chart, this is our assignment, and this is gone to each and every student, and now they will interact with this assignment, they will submit their answers to this assignment. Now the second part, let us consider the second part, how to evaluate a submitted assignment. I will show you how to evaluate a submitted assignment. That is also an interesting part. But since this assignment is being given right now, I am giving live assignment. So this assignment will be submitted tomorrow. So I will now evaluate other assignment of other class and show you that how to evaluate such a assignment. Some assignment have been submitted by my students. I will just find out whether the assignments are correct or not, and in the real time I will evaluate it to you before you, and so that you can also apply the same thing and you can create and evaluate your assignments for your class. Okay, so let us do that. Okay, so now we have created the assignment, defined our rubrics, and suppose that the assignments have been submitted by the students. So now let us evaluate it. So going for evaluation, we have to go for evaluation, right? Now you can see that I have few classes in my Google Classroom, and one assignment I have given yesterday to my computer science batch, and they have done it. I think they have submitted, few of them have submitted it. So let us go and evaluate that particular part. So I will again go to the classwork, and you can see that this is the first assignment that was given to them, right? So this is the first assignment that was given to them, and as you can see that it is being assigned to 12 of them, and 6 are in hand. That means they have submitted it, and one I have checked. So it is showing me what is the real status of this assignment. So total 12 people have submitted it, 6 have been in hand, and 1 have been checked. So and maybe that 12% have not attached anything, and that is out of them 5 persons may not have attached anything, then that is why this figure is coming out. Now let us come back and see, let us see how to evaluate it. So just click on view assignment, just see here, view assignment, click on view assignment. As you can see, the submission of assignment by each students and the marks given to them, right? Now let us evaluate one by one each assignment, and let us find out how to evaluate it. So first student, I am taking the first student, clicking on it, it will open a new tab for you, and his assignment will be shown, his submission will be shown, right? Now the question was a bit clear. This was the question. In one tab you can just view your question as instruction. That instruction part is given. So questions I have given, what are the various file handling modes available in Python apart from R and W mode, read and understand, other modes, and like that 5 questions were given. So let us evaluate. So I'm going to the tab in which the evaluation is there. So this particular person has written or submitted this particular assignment. Now how to evaluate it? It's very easy. Just go through the question and answers and mark it if some mistake is being done. How to mark it? Let us find out. So this person has submitted the question, what are the various file handling modes available. So he has written nicely all the answers. Okay, so I have read this particular answer beforehand, so I will just not take time and I will mark it. So how to mark it? Just simply see here, one comment, blank comment is there, right? Option. Here you can see three buttons are there. You can print it out, you can download it, this assignment, and you can check it in your free time, or whatever marking tools you have, you can mark. But there is a very interesting tool over right here which you can use, and that is add a comment. So just click on this add a comment, and it is giving you a hint that highlight an area to comment on. So I will comment on this answer that he has given. I will comment on this answer, this particular answer that he has given. So it will highlight that answer, and here it will give me opportunity to write my comment. Good, well explained. Hope you have grasped it too. Will ask you in live session. So that is my comment, and that comment the students will that particular student will be able to see in his particular assignment. Okay, so I will comment, press comment, save comment. Just click on comment, it will save the comment, right? And for that particular area. Now let us go to the next part, next question. What is the default mode in Python? So R is the default mode in Python. That is correct, correct only. Now you can again highlight this particular area and you write correct, correct, okay, correct, just okay, correct, right? Now it is often said that this particular comment okay, correct will be reused again and again many times by you, right? So how to save this particular comment so that you don't have to type it again and again? There is a hub where you can save your pre-comments. You can pre-program your comments and save it there. Most often used comments you can just hire from that particular part. You can take from that particular pool of comments and you can paste it over here. How to do that? Let us see. Let us see. Just see here in the right window pane, one thing is there, comment bank. There is a bank called comment bank they have made, and there here you can see add a bank. So you will write all those important words that you often use for your comments. Right, good, not okay, very good, excellent. All those sort of comments can be given here. So let me add one comment. Okay appears nice and good. Okay, that's it. So add it. I'm adding that bank, adding that particular comment to bank, right? Now let me highlight this particular thing. So I will just highlight this particular part, and I can just simply add that particular comment, to here. So what I will do, I will copy to clipboard. Just click on that copy to clipboard. So and the bank of comments will be appearing here. So you can just copy and paste that bank particularly in that comment part. So what you have to do, just simply highlight that comment, highlight that area, and since I have copy and pasted that comment, just paste it over here. It will come here. You need not to type every time that particular repeated comments, right? And then click on comment. Okay. Now next part, let us go to the next question. It is read and read lines. It reads the entire file, returns its contents from the file as a string in the form of a string, reads most of the file. Okay, this appears to correct. This is correct. Read line is correct. It reads the file and returns a list containing the lines. Okay, good. It is good. So again, what I have to do, I have to just go here and copy to the clipboard. Once only you have to copy to the clipboard, and then come here and Control V, paste Control V. Press Control V or paste, right? It will be pasted. Okay, or right click or paste or comment. Click on comment, it will be commented. So like that, every question will have individual comments which a student can see. If he has making some wrong thing, you can also write that. So in this way, you can evaluate their copies and it will be saved forever. So this is the way we evaluate. Now, after this whole evaluation, so let me just evaluate this one also, so that the whole complete evaluation is there. Which file is not found error when it does occur, does the file not found error exception, Python which occurs, file does not exist physically. So here one point he has missed, file does not exist when file is not found. So this is a exceptional comment which need not be borrowed from the bank. When file is not found physically, right? So that is a small comment I want to add it here. So that part is with this comment. Okay, so like that you can just part. Now the last part is that this code, the fellow has written this code, so I have to check it out. O file open city.txt, okay, and then /n is okay, open close, ठीक है, and then ये भी ठीक है, रीड लाइंस कर रहा है, ठीक है, उसको डाटा को लेकर लूप में लगाकर सेंड किया और उसने क्लोज किया, एकदम परफेक्ट लिखा है, सही लिखा है, गुड, appears to be good. So I have to will simply paste it, Control V, paste and comment. So this his homework is clear. His homework is clear now, right? So the homework is checked. Now I have to return him the copy. Copy has to be returned back. So just click here, see here, return. So click on return and no mark. Now you can see that it is appearing that you have not given any mark to him. So just cancel it. Don't submit it now. Right now, give a suitable mark. How to mark? Just see here. Just to the top of this question comment bank, you have another option called files. Right here, according to your rubrics that you have decided in your assignment, marks will be places will be there for assigning the marks. So out of 100, how much you want to assign, you can assign it over here. So he has done good. So all good. So I will just assign 100 out of 100. Good and excellent. I will just write a private comment to him so that it appears him privately. So excellent work. Keep it up. That's it. Post this private comment will be posted to his profile. Okay, and this mark will also go. Okay, now you can see here the copy is ready, marking has been done. Now I want to return the copy back to the student. So here return button is there, click on return button, return, that's all we have to do. So it is returned and the copy is evaluated. Hope you have understood how to evaluate copies using Google Classroom, and with this I will just close this session. Thank you. Have a good day.